gotta get back to Hogwarts. I gotta get back to school.
Shadow puppet.
Hey guys, I'm Nikolai. We're just going to go down the line and introduce ourselves. I'm Brian.
Jim Povolo.
I'm Lauren. I'm Julia.
I'm Joey. I'm Drew.
Thank you for that introduction. Alright, well, hello. So this is the first time sort of doing something like this for us. So thank you all for being here. I'm really impressed by how many people are here. As you can see, I was a little bit flustered coming in. Sorry about that, but we just figured out what we're going to do. And so I had a little bit of a plan of what I was going to do. I was actually going to come dressed as a Green Lantern because I had I didn't know. I just wore a Green Lantern ring. I didn't sort of have time. Hey, you're dressed as Batgirl.
There's a Harley Quinn right there. Don't take your hair.
Yeah. So here's just some cosplay at the con. Everyone can see it. Alright, cool. Well, we've introduced ourselves. Let me just figure out who's here. So who here is from Chicago? Good. And who here saw Starship? Okay, cool. And was anyone able to make it out to the meet and greet that we had in Michigan in November? Anyone? Good! That's actually good because we're reusing some material. Okay, so yeah, thanks for being here. But like I said, I was going to dress as a Green Lantern, so I just wanted to try out some of my jokes anyways. So I was going to come up here and be all dressed up as the Green Lantern, and I was going to say stuff like this. I was going to say, well, yeah, you guys, thank you so much for following us and supporting our group. And for anyone who doesn't know, we are the Green Lantern Corps. We came out of the University of Owa and under the tutelage of the Guardians. We now reside in Sector 2814. And then I was going to say to everyone else, guys, the Green Lantern humor isn't going over with us. And I think it still works. Alright, well, why don't we just sort of dive in here. So the first thing we wanted to show you guys is actually something that no one's ever seen before. It's the first, well, it's basically, you know, right now we're editing Starship for YouTube. Oh, one other thing, we're going to do a Q&A at the end, so like sort of think about what questions you want to ask and who you want to ask them to, because anyone up here will answer questions. Sorry. But yeah, so keep some questions in mind. A few questions I don't want to hear. When is Starship going to be up on YouTube? I don't want to hear anything about that. I don't want to hear anything about when we're going to do a third Harry Potter. You don't know anything about that? And what? Oh, but you can use some questions. So, this is a pretty cool sneak peek for you guys, because for us anyways, because it's the first part of the edited version of Starship. So I will actually ask you, you guys are taking pictures, and that's cool, like when we're talking and stuff, but if you cannot film this part or not take pictures of this part, that would be great, because we want it to be a surprise for everyone who's not here. So that's the first 15 minutes of Starship. So we're working on the rest of the show, and we don't know anything about it. All right. So how many people went to the meet and greet in November? How many people here have seen a Harry Potter sequel? Good. Then you'll know what we're talking about. There were a lot of things going around about one night. A lot of comments on the part where Umbridge takes over the school and catches Sirius Black at the end of Act 1. There was one night where Joe, during a performance, he kicks Hermione in the face. And he, one night, kicked so hard, it was such a powerful kick, that his shoe flew off of his foot and went up into
His little dainty pink slipper.
Yeah. Rolled around and fell back and almost killed Bonnie. And so we edited it out of the real show because it ruins the show. But we did film it, and so let's play you that, right?
Watch everyone's face.
Yeah. This is an SNL.
Watch all the other people on stage's face.
Watch everyone break scared. Quiet please, while video's playing.
Like we're out again! What? Where'd he go? He's disappearing. That bullshit thing can't disappear inside Hogwarts, right? Right!
The only one who kept a straight face was Darren.
But that's only because Darren had no idea what was going on.
Darren had never done that scene before.
He had never done that scene. He later confessed that he had no idea the shoe, so everyone's sort of laughing. Darren's just going. Nick Strauss was like burying his head. He goes, "What's it good?" No idea.
On the recent episode of Glee, when Darren kissed Chris's... I screwed up my joke. I couldn't say that Chris Colfer's shoe flew off. Let's talk about us for a second. We're StarKid. We're a company. And so we are now living in Chicago. So we've moved here, and we've started to do plays here. Starship was the first one that we did here. And so we'll see what happens next. We're not exactly sure. Brian, do you have anything to say about this? I sure did.
Sure, I'll do.
So yeah, it's kind of neat to see like behind the scenes stuff. And what I was going to say is I wish we had more behind the scenes footage for Starship, but Starship was like living in one of the 7 circles of hell. That's what it was like making the show. So we actually had a plan to like record a ton of backstage stuff, but we were just angry all the time. So we didn't want that to be released out to the public. So that's sort of why we don't have more backstage stuff from Starship. Because Starship presented a lot of problems for us, because it was like a bigger show than we've ever tried to do before. As you can see, it's got puppets in it, it has like a giant set, it was in a real theater, and in a place other than University of Michigan. You know?
Good luck, good luck. So we have the Michigan Quidditch team.
Cheers! Cheers! All right. Yeah. So we had a lot of firsts on Starship, and as you can see, we're like still sort of getting the hang of it. We're not master puppeteers. God bless Frank Cox. Yeah, I called him out.
Slam on brand out of nowhere.
Yeah. So
you guys know who Brant is?
Yeah.
All right.
He played the little pink book.
Yeah.
Whose mouth didn't move, right?
I think he did part.
Yeah, I think you did a great job too.
At
I'm
least he
just
can
saying.
sing.
Listen, I don't have to defend myself. But yeah, it's basically what I'm trying to say is that the Starship was like a ton of firsts for us, and we want to continue to do that. You know, it's sort of us figuring out what type of theater company or what type of company or group we're going to be outside of the University of Michigan. And this was sort of our. It was also like the first time we've ever done an extended run, so it was also the first, time we've ever actually tried to be a live theater company, rather than just doing one weekend for a show and then putting it up on YouTube. And so this sort of question has come up of, are we an internet theater company or a real theater company or both? And we want it to be both, but it's mostly an internet theater company. So we want to try and basically, our goal for the future, this is something we've been talking a lot about lately because we don't have any other ideas right now, is that we want to be a company which continues to produce content for the internet and for our fan base. Because, even while we were, even while we're making Starship and stuff, we're like, should we just not put it, should we just try and keep doing theater runs of it and not put it on YouTube, or should we just sell it or something, like sell it off to a producer or something like that? But every time that came up, it didn't feel right to us when we were talking about it, because we're a group that sort of started on the internet, and we want to keep that going because we've got such a great fan base, which is all of you guys. And we want to keep thank you. We want to keep being faithful to that, and and keep exploring this sort of new medium of plays on YouTube or on the internet in that way. So we hope that you guys sort of stick with us as we're doing that, and we can all figure this thing out together. We like that you guys are so such avid fans, and so and the social media aspect of our company makes it so easy for us to just communicate to you, even person to person. We see the things we write on Twitter and on the Facebook page. The Facebook page is incredible. I don't know if anyone's on there, but it's neat and it's inspiring. So we want to keep that feeling going. And certain things we've thought about doing are like maybe some sort of a viewing of Starship with the cast, so it's even more interaction with the cast and stuff like that. And I know
You guys like that?
a lot of you guys are from around here, so it probably would just be this group of people.
Can
People raising the roof.
I'll meet you guys somewhere in a month, you say?
So just keep an eye out for stuff like that. It's we're trying to, our goals are to keep producing content for the web and to increase fan interaction, because it's fun. So in regards to producing more content for the internet, we've been racking our brains to come up with ideas, and this is a brilliant idea. And
we came up with it, and we think it's genius. And so, let's see what you guys think of it.
Wait.
All right, let's explain it first.
All right, so this is an idea. This is an idea that ideally would be an animated cartoon show, but we can't do that. So it's an idea which is sort of a parodies, like kids cartoon shows from like the 80s,
Like the Care Bears,
yeah. And this is an idea that we still plan to make, so please don't anyone steal it.
Please, no one steals this idea. It's a really good idea. And it's so simple that I'm surprised other people haven't thought of it before.
Or maybe you can tell us. Maybe they have. All right. So it's an idea called Puppy Kitties, and the idea is about a group of just ordinary, everyday puppies. But the special thing about these puppies is that they can magically turn into kitties.
Puppies turn into magical kitties.
Yeah.
And so they're just regular puppies. But when they turn into kitties, they get magical powers.
They have powers. Unlike anything you've ever seen.
Magical leaping powers.
Their claws are like super tight. And we came up with this idea actually when we were coming back from Infinitus last summer. We were driving back home from Orlando.
Yeah, we were driving back and we were talking to Jamie Lynn Baby about Transformers, and she was like,
I don't like Transformers.
and Matt said, oh, that's because you're a girl. Hey, I didn't say it, Matt said it.
Yeah.
He was like, what would you like, Jamie? He was like, you don't like a robot that turns into a car, you'd like, I don't know, a puppy that turns into a kid.
What?
Then we said, genius.
So, the remaining 20 hours of that car ride, we workshopped Puppy Kitties. So, you'll see in the video we're about to show you, the video is actually a commercial for the toy line for Puppy Kitties. So, it's like an A to C thing.
And I don't know if you guys have, they're the littlest pet shops.
Oh yeah.
So those are the toys.
We just stole their toys.
And this is what we made for Lauren for her birthday.
So take a look and I don't know if you have a question about it.
It's time! You've never seen puppies like these kitties. He would want plans to steal the innocence from children. First, I'll conquer free food, then the country, and then the world. Only the puppy kitties can stop him. Hello, Brave Paw leads the litter.
All right, puppies, transform into kitties now.
These radical puppies transform into righteous kitties with kitty powers, kitty accessories. Brave Paw is always ready to get the shot.
All right, everyone, say cheese. I said cheese.
Yum Yum Paw is here to help. Nippy is a treat. My tummy is at your service, Brave Paw. Tickle Paw is here to tickle your funny bone.
He's pretty paw. What's brown and pink and wet all over? What? You and me playing in the bath together. Sometimes your jokes can hurt, too. I know, Brave Paw. I'll never tell anyone their ears are big again. Don't forget about me.
Oh, we wouldn't forget about you, Baby Kiss of that.
I want to play Milcron. Like you, Brave Paw. Wait till you're older, Baby Kiss a lot. I've been doing this a long time. I'm 4 weeks old.
It's the baby chugga for the puppy kitties.
Read it in a week, Milcron.
Damn the puppy kitties!
Looks like it's bad news for the bad guys.
That's right, Screwball, because the puppy kitties are here to stay. And coming soon, the puppy kitty cubs, the bunny bears, the skunky monkeys, the mouse hamsters, and of course, the seahorse horsies.
Puppy kitty.
Yeah. A little
Milcron, the evil book.
He's the main villain.
A little preview of things that may never
Just
come.
a little thing to help you all take us a little bit more serious.
So, does anyone have any ideas about what we should do now?